The historic Circuit Gilles Villeneuve saw a downpour on Saturday before the 2002 Canadian Grand Prix, but it was sunny and 20 degrees outside by Sunday. For the first time in 3 years, Formula One raced in Montreal, Canada, and spectators were on the edge of their seats until the very end. It was the perfect day for racing, with track temperatures rising to the low 40s. For access to more thrilling videos from this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Fernando Alonso stated to the reporters that he hoped to lead the first lap of the race following his outstanding P2 finish in qualifying. Although Carlos Sainz was starting in P3 for the Ferrari, Verstappen knew that giving Alonso the place would have been terrible. The Dutchman wouldn't let that happen, making a solid start and easing into an advantage over the Alpine. The drivers gave a courteous introductory tour due to George Russell and Esteban Ocon's rapid promotion to P8 and Mick Schumacher's loss from a career-best qualifying position of P6, respectively. Russell's teammate Lewis Hamilton collided with Kevin Magnussen of Haas, damaging Dane's wing and causing a black and orange flag to appear, forcing him to make a pit stop. On lap 3, Sainz eventually paused. Sainz eventually passed Alonso at the front and began to pursue Verstappen. Verstappen's teammate Sergio Perez, though, would spark the first controversy. After 2 brutal days in Canada, the Mexican retired and pulled up on lap 8 with Red Bull team principal Christian Horner believed to be a gearbox issue. Verstappen was able to pit and switch from medium to hard due to the virtual safety car, finishing third as Sainz and Alonso stayed out. Hamilton, Tsunoda, and Latifi followed Verstappen in making a quick pit stop. The drivers faced challenging weather conditions that led them to accept magnificent pole positions. On lap 15, Verstappen passed Alonso for second place. Then on lap 20, the unfortunate Schumacher pulled up in the same area as Perez, bringing out another virtual safety car to allow Sainz, Russell, Zhou, Ocon, and the 2 McLarens of Ricciardo and Norris to duel. However, it was a horrible pit stop for the Papaya team since Ricciardo was slow, trying to double stack made the issue worse, and Norris's tires weren't ready as he waited helplessly in the car, finishing P18 and last. By lap 25 of the 70-lap race, Verstappen was in front of teammates Sainz, Hamilton, and Russell. The trio had passed the non-stopping Alonso on laps 22 and 23, and Alonso was fourth ahead of Russell. Verstappen had a comfortable 8-second lead, and Alpine finally caught up to Alonso on lap 28 so that he could pass Leclerc in 7th place. On lap 35, the pack had split out and Verstappen was ahead of Sainz by 8 seconds, who was 8 seconds ahead of Hamilton in 3rd. Russell was a further 10 seconds behind Ocon, trapping a disgruntled Leclerc in the Ferrari, while Alonso and Bottas completed the top 8. Behind them, Stroll, Zhou, and Tsunoda, the recuperating Ricciardo, were engaged in a thrilling duel for position 9. The quickest pit stop was made by Alex Albon, which made the race very exciting. The term tire deterioration quickly gained popularity at the race. Only Leclerc, Stroll, and Bottas had not yet stopped, and those who had under the lap 8 VSC were beginning to wonder if they could finish or if another stop would be necessary. Verstappen sounded anxious about his rubber because it had reduced his advantage over Sainz to approximately 6 seconds. On lap 43, Red Bull pulled him in for stop number 2. He emerged beside Hamilton, his 2021 championship rival, who assisted his old opponent onto the Turn 2 runoff before Verstappen overtook him back for second. Hamilton then pitted himself, and Russell followed suit a lap later. On lap 47, Tsunoda received a pit call. A safety car was dispatched due to the Japanese driver's embarrassing mistake as he exited on cold, rugged tires and seemed to be traveling at an excessive rate of speed. That worked out well for Sainz, who could make a quick stop and maintain his position in P2. Sainz was followed in the pits by Ricciardo, Albon, the double-stacking Alphas of Bottas and Zhou, the double-stacking Alpines of Ocon and Alonso. On lap 55, the action resumed under the green light as Verstappen maneuvered through the field up to turn 13 before taking off. Sainz was held honest by Hamilton, who was displaying a good turn of speed in a Mercedes W13 that he had been quite dissatisfied with during Friday's dry run. Verstappen swiftly attempted to close the distance to Sainz as he urgently tried to escape DRS range. But no matter how hard Sainz tried to stop Verstappen, he would inevitably fall short. But Sainz had a bloody nose and eluded his former Toro Rosso teammate lap after lap. For his sixth victory of the year, Verstappen stormed across the finish line after lap 70. In contrast, Red Bull has won the last 6 Grand Prix, a feat they've only accomplished once before back in 2013 when Vettel won 9 straight races. It was also his 5th victory in the previous 6 races. Sainz may not have captured the elusive first victory, but the Spaniard was encouraged by his excellent race pace in Canada following a challenging start to 2022. The same can be said of Hamilton, who finished 3rd and matched his best season performance at the circuit he loves. It gave a clean set of heels to Russell, a teammate, who finished in P4 and at least kept up his streak of placing in the top 5 in the first 9 races of the year. Verstappen consolidated his hold on the first spot in the standings. He has pulled away from teammates Perez by 46 points, with Leclerc traveling by 3 points, with Silverstone up next. Verstappen and Hamilton's collision in 2017 caused criticism. What will the British Grand Prix of 2022 provide as the drivers prepare to race the latest generation of Formula One cars on the quick, flowing course? We travel to Silverstone, the site of the inaugural Grand Prix 72 years ago, for the British Grand Prix. We have come to the end of today's video. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it.